I want to share a story with you. I want to share a little bit about myself, if that's okay. My mom was a nurse, and I say she was because she did it for 20 plus years, and she's been gone now for about a year and a half. And it still gets to me. But my mom was a nurse for convalescent homes for older folks. And I would carpool with her. And because the high school that I attended was right up the street from where she worked. So I hung out at these convalescent homes. And I got to know these older folks. I got to sit and talk to them and hear stories about Pearl Harbor, about World War One, World War Two. Like, I got to hear these stories that were better than any textbook, any history book, anything. I love talking to people because I think communication is something that is dying in this country. But old people just love to talk. They love to tell stories. And I got to know this one gentleman there. His name was Fred. And he was the older guy that was still getting it on with the other older ladies in there, if you know what I mean. Because that's the only thing you do is talk, tell stories, watch TV, and bow chicka wow wow. But what would get to me, because I would do stuff, and then the other residents would ask my name, and I didn't want to get my mom in trouble, so I just said Bubba. And so when they would complain to the nurses, that was my name, but all the nurses knew me as Steven, so it couldn't be him. These old people would get dressed up and they would sit in the lobby and they would wait there all day. And I would be sitting there waiting with them. I would be having conversations with them. And I'd asked my mom one time, I said, Mom, why is it that these people get dressed up and they sit in the lobby? And she says, because they're waiting on their family that won't show up. And that one hit me. It hit me hard. And I thought, no, she has to be wrong. There's no way there's people that put their family in these places like this and never come to see them, right? Wrong. These old people would sit by the door day in and day out because their family members told them that they would see them tomorrow. And I would start entertaining them, and I would start telling them stories, and I would start telling jokes because their family wasn't showing up. And then one day I showed up there and Fred died. And that kind of, at 14, 15 years old, you're learning about death, but it's hitting you like a ton of bricks. But death that's for everybody. No one gets out of this alive. So to hear that the Republican Party is getting rid of these benefits, that 1 out of every 4 senior citizen homes will close because they run off Medicaid. They just do. I'm getting really sick and tired of people passing policies and procedures and laws, and they don't care how it affects real people. Fred was a good guy. You would have liked him because he didn't give a flying you know what. I think we need to stop and really think about what we're doing to our elderly. We need to cherish them a lot more than what we really do. I don't know, man. We've lost all sympathy, we've lost all hope, we've lost all ability to give a flying you know what. So this bill will probably pass because, these people don't have any cojones. And old people will suffer. That's just the crux of it. That's just the truth. What are we doing to ourselves? No compassion, no empathy, no nothing. It's not how I was raised. Because I give a flying fuck. I care. Maybe it's because I did 10 years of law enforcement and I've had to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. And you see the real harm that these laws do to real life people.